Technique of the week.
Hey guys, today is all about making your artwork better, faster, making it so that you can actually try more techniques and ideas quicker, and making it so that you can actually produce more artwork. The way that we're going to do this is we're going to go old school. We're going to go monochromatic. Now, this is a technique that master painters have used for centuries, and the reason that they use it is because it actually works. You might be thinking, I don't really want a dull, gray, lifeless painting. You want color that'll leap off of the canvas, that'll pop up from it. If you've ever seen any of my paintings, and if you haven't, I urge you to go on over to Bramblitt.com, not right now, later, and check out some of the paintings, and you'll quickly see if there's anything that I'm not afraid of, it's color. I love color. It's emotion, it's expression, it's feeling. But one of the ways that I get this really bright color, ironically, is through the monochromatic process. And I've worked out
so many colors to choose from.
To
oh my goodness, my
so instead of just talking about it, let's get busy and do some of this.
Shelves is just a small fraction, but we're going to ignore all of this and just stick with black and white for this. Now, when I'm first starting, I have a sketch. Now, my sketch, since I'm blind, is a raised line sketch. You probably can't see it here because it's a tactile thing, and I worked that out. But right after that, I started adding in black lines. And this is just roughing in the image a little bit. So for me, the black lines come first, and this just makes it easier. And I'm only going to use 4 colors for this: a black, a white, and 2 grays, a lighter gray and a darker gray. Now you can add more and blend more if you want, but that's just a good place to start, and it makes it easier. It just simplifies things down quite a bit. One of the benefits from this is that you can establish light and shadow a lot faster. How will you light your subject, which details are important, what kind of mood are you trying to set. All those things get handled pretty quickly working in black and whites, where colors just get in the way. Beginners with this almost always paint too dark, and you think about white being light and the black being shadow. As Monet would tell you, shadow's never black. So be sure and use those grays and make things lighter than what you think they're going to need, because we're going to add color in later, and it just keeps things from being muddy for right now. Another benefit from this is that it helps with realism. You're thinking about the lights and darkness of something. The color would just gets in the way of trying to get the realistic sort of shadows and tones and all that. So working like this is a great way to get more realistic. Another benefit is that any kind of technique that you're wanting to work on, if you're working with color, it adds a lot of variables in there. Any sort of technique you can play around with using monochromatics. And I don't always use monochromatic in paintings, but if I'm working on a new thing, that's usually my fallback. I'll start working with that, and really makes things a lot easier. These are 2 paintings that I'm just happen to be working on in the studio this week, and I'm working them, both of them out in monochromatic sort of colors, so you can get an idea of 2 different types of portraits. You can work on anything though, landscapes, just absolutely anything. One thing I want you to keep in mind is all this is being done with basically 4 colors, 2 grays and a black and white.
Well, that went pretty fast, didn't it? If you're feeling a little bit lost, don't worry about that one bit. That's actually a good sign. It's just your brain taking in the info, wondering, is this a technique for me or not? And I did throw it at you pretty quickly. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to show you a sort of real-world application using a couple of paintings I'm actually working on in the studio here, so that you can see the technique a couple of different ways and think, is this something I want to give a try or not? If you decide to give the monochromatic thing a try, remember, just keep it simple. A black, a white, a light gray, a dark gray. Start with a sketch. It doesn't even have to be black and white. Monochromatic just means one color. So if you want to do burnt siennas, blues, reds, yellows, whatever you want to do, you can do that. Just keep it one color. Once you get a good monochromatic painting, one that you're happy with, then you've got a decision to make. Are you going to keep it? Which can be pretty cool, to be honest. It has this dramatic sort of look. Or are you going to get drastic with it and start adding lots and lots of color to it? Now, if adding color to it interests you, that's actually a topic that I'm going to go over next Tuesday on the next technique of the week, about how to add color to a painting like this and keep it vibrant and let the color leap off of the canvas without it becoming all muddy and dull. Ugh. So we're going to go over that. And of course, there's always the live show every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have the live show with a live chat. So if you have a question that you just want to get answered, if there's something you want to get more in depth with, just get on there. We have a lot of fun, and we're talking about art, we're making art, and please like and subscribe. That does a couple of things. First thing, it makes me feel really good, and the other thing, it lets me know what to talk about. What you like, what you don't like. So I want to thank you so much for your time, for watching this. I'm going to take some of these paints and get busy, I think. Sounds like a good idea to me. Have a good night.